There's this.
Don't run.
Hey, drop the link. Drop the. Just
Drop the
real
link,
quick,
chef.
bro. I'm trying to tell you, somebody is in the chat. Bro, there's a sister. Bro, there's a sister in the chat. There's a sister in the chat. Stop, bro. I promise you, bro. Please stop. There's a sister in it. Bro, there's a sister in the chat.
Stop. Cube, chill. She's
I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I was just trying to get the sister in there to try to bring her on, because now we got a sister, Naphtali. She's in the joint. Drop the link for real. I was trying to bring the sister on because this. Oh, listen. I was trying to bring the sister on because, you know what I'm saying? Like she really has a platform, and she gets busy. I was just trying to bring her on.
What's going on with the monkey business?
You want to talk about the monkey business?
What's going on with the monkey's uncles?
Let's talk about the monkey's uncles. So do me a favor, right? Have you introduced yourself?
Yes, my name is Naphtali.
Naphtali. How you doing, Naphtali? All right, fixed it. There you go. All right, let's get to this Facebook post, man. This Naphtali, I'm gonna make her famous. She was quiet for like 2 years when we beat her down last time. Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and she kind of raised her. We gotta make sure she straighten up her head wrap a little bit. It's a little crooked, so we want to make sure we get that straight for her. All right, here we go. We about to get it. We about to get it.
I'll catch the rest of y'all in a minute.
All right. Yeah, we on it. You asked for it. Shouldn't actually ask for it.
Yeah, y'all definitely asked for it. You want to play in people's
Yeah,
face?
she want to make sure we keep her relevant. I don't have a problem keeping you relevant. I definitely don't have a problem.
Or she looking for new friends. I don't got friends.
You know what's horrible about the situation though that really get me the most? Why is she so if you take all the men, Hebrews, right?
She just
be in that camp in that area, right? You put them all there, right? And then add her into it. Why is she smarter than all them?
Because they're all like a box of rocks.
How is she smarter than all them?
She just
I would never even put this type of attention on them. Seriously, I don't even mess with the Hebrews because I find them highly uneducated in said subject matter, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to her, right, and all her infinite trying so hard, I be like, man, she got some intelligence there, right? So I be thinking, though, I be saying, Juju, is she scamming?
She definitely scamming.
You think she's scamming? I don't think she's scamming. I know she's intelligent enough to scam us.
She ain't smart enough to know better, I tell you that.
No, you know, we say y'all don't do this is a server conversation. We go back and forth with the set server and the server. Big up to all the pseudo killers. Kent, everybody. And you know, we be saying, is they scamming? So if you highly intelligent, right? I be saying, yo, you smart enough to read a couple of you, stop it. You scamming, right? And they all got no confirmation bias and all that. Confirmation bias ain't no joke. Read up on it, all that, doubling down on stuff, all that, right? But Naphtali, right? I'm just saying she's smarter than the rest of the rocks over there because they're boxing. She's smarter than that, right? But I'm not sure if she's scamming. I just don't think
if she's okay.
I think she got to straighten up her hair wrap a little tight, loosen it up a little bit. You get
the wrap or the wig. Which one?
Come on, African American women wear wigs, so you tripping.
I didn't say nothing bad about the wig. I said which one is tight. Your wigs can be too tight sometimes. Don't do that. Don't do that. I said which one is too tight, the wrap or the wig, and I'm making a factual statement.
Yeah, with that, look. What you wild, yo. All right. Nah. Yeah, we're gonna start off with this. This came across our desk.
Yeah, to pull out the file.
The Bureau of Investigation. We seen it, right? On the facts came over. Okay, the facts came over. We pulled the records. We pulled the records and we say, this is a habitual offender.
A habitual. Like, who even gave her probation? She was never supposed to be early release.
Man, she's something. We're like, was it a mistake and give her early release?
Clerical error, human
It had
error.
to been that. I think it was a clerical error. And here it go. And as soon as she get out of dum-dum, I mean, she get out, she sees an habitual offender. She starts writing this. As soon as she get out, ain't been out for 2 days. All right, ain't been out for 2 days, and she come with this.
Got contraband and everything on her.
Contraband, we caught it with wild form. She been putting formulas in there. Watch this. It says, Unc West need to get his flying monkeys under control. Can somebody? You know what? We're gonna talk about the racism around monkeys and how Europeans actually did that to us.
Right.
It's so much so, right? They, like the first person that they even showed as a monkey was Charles Darwin. Seriously, right?
Ooh,
and then that's a real slur, right? For black people, calling them monkeys, right? And for her to reach back into a toolkit and not only monkeys but flying monkeys. Now I thought it was funny.
9 in the Wizard of Oz. This ain't that.
Wizard of monkeys only fly in the Wizard of Oz, though.
In the Wizard of Oz. This ain't no place like home. Mama slept.
So our lesson today is going to be on flying monkeys. How wing develops, how the embryo develops wings and all that. See, we're going to get you. So she says, Unc West need to get his flying monkeys under control. Julanda, Tariq Miles, neither of them have, look, watch this. And this one, they get just wild. Neither of them have broken down this simple equation. So this is the equation, a rock plus clouds plus.
Brain. That first one is her brain. And that's what's in her brain. The second one.
And what's this, the time clock? Is that the thing the saying in it? A big is equals soup. Is that chicken noodle soup? Them people. I asked you once before, what is it?
Not them people with the black person. So what is she? Oh, she's a Hebrew. So she's anti-black now?
All right, let's play this. There's something in here.
Oh my God. I didn't even dissect it.
Motherfucker that look just like me. Apes. It'd be a bunch of apes and shit out here. Just lynching me.
Huh?
I don't even know what that was on that post.
Lynching?
Right there.
What?
Monkeys. So let's read it. Mike Carter. They believe this BS. He laughing. And he got on the red, black, and the green. Let's see. Hey, Mike, you know you got on the red, black, and the green, yo. Look. He got on a beret. He think he in the 60s. He think he Mike in the 60s. Mike tripping. Mike got the Black Panther hat on. That's what I'm saying. All that African center. I'm telling you, yo. He got the beret on with the sunshades, arms crossed.
No, sir.
And he's supposed to be African something. Look, he got the red. He got on. That's the cheap green. It's the cheap green.
Even name one city in West Africa with his arms crossed like.
Ain't got a nerve. Look. This is the worst part, right? He got a nerve to have John Henry Clark sitting there. And then he ain't got enough sense to make the picture fit right. So his head is chopped off. Can somebody get this guy out of here, please? Fix that, sir.
God.
Yeah, on his post. Look, university, no school, university. So right. Yeah, come on, Mike Carter. Knock it off, Mikey. Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
Knock it off, Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, knock it off. You out here.
Ain't
You
that
can't
the
even
commercial?
fit the picture on there.
Give it to Mikey.
Give it to Mike. Hey, Mikey.
Anything.
Okay, let's read this. Mike is out of here. Who does Israel Daweed Ibn Yahudi? Flying monkeys. He think it's funny. Look. Wizard of Oz. Look, here you go. Look. Here you go. Wizard of Oz. Look.
Yep.
All right. I like it. Kunan, look at Kunan. Ain't Kunan got what he got on his head? What Kunan got on his head? Let's see. Let's check his page.
We own ya, boy.
Look. He over there drinking organic pomegranate juice instead of taking the vaccine. Look, in the Star David.
He got from the grocery store that's FDA certified. Right.
But wait a minute. What is this? What in the hell do Kunan got on his head, though? Let me get this off here. Hold on.
Oh, he got a
Oh,
pseudo hat on.
He got a pseudo hat. Kunan.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hold on, man. Let me get here because Kunan got the pseudo hat on.
You might as well go ahead and log in.
I ain't logging in.
Lakota.
I don't
Hi,
even know my code.
Lakota.
Big up to Lakota. She's in the pseudo killer army.
She is.
Time enough for the pseudo Indians. Hold on. Wait, Kunan, we trying to figure out what's on your head, bro. What is that?
What is that?
Is that like from the Ten Commandments?
That is.
You don't think he from the Ten Commandments, yo? What's that actor name?
That is got to be.
Who was the actor in the Ten Commandments?
You talking about Ben-Hur?
The one that played Moses in the Ten Commandments? Nah. What's the
Louis
actor?
Heston or something like that.
The white guy, yeah, he looking like that. Look, he got a somebody that sold up.
Name in the chat. Wasn't that
Somebody
Charles
that sold-
Heston?
Yeah, he's Charlton Heston. Look, the black Charlton Heston. Look at him. He got the look at that, man. How much time did it take to put the pseudo hat on? He tripping. Garments for sale. They selling it. And he actually out there to be selling that.
Are they Hebrew Israelites, but that look like African fabric?
Oh, why did I do that, man? Oh,
Charleston Heston or Hester.
Yeah, Charleston Heston.
Yeah, we got it. I got it. I had the whole Ben-Hur collection back in the day, so it just took me a little minute.
Yeah, you gotta stop that, bro. Let that go. Get off of it, man. All
I
right,
need
back
that.
there. Let's see. Janana. Oh, you need some clout. Yeah, she won. That's why we, yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you want to, what do you say? What do you have the capacity to debate about? You want to debate about 6,000-year-old timeline? Yep. Here's a smart person. Oh, she was like, the valley is real.
That's a he.
What you're talking about. That's a
Sorry,
he?
That's
okay.
Yeah. He just got a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got his girl up there.
Yeah.
The valley, the Philly, it is real.
Infinite minds.
What you ignorantly fail to realize is before you can have a debate or any conversation concerning your supposed heritage, you must provide analytic evidence, observable proof that you are Abraham's descendant, and or that he even existed. I'm not going to sit here and debate with somebody who has not established those facts first. I'll check back with you tomorrow and see if you establish those facts.
Yep, that's the dagger.
It's done in the pseudo killer server. Marcus Sharp says some people are just ignorant, incoherent when it comes to science. Maybe they punch drunk. Imaginary gods and bloodline. Pure foolishness, says Robert Byrne. Pure foolishness. Why would you continue to show how uneducated you are? Man, she getting beat up on her own poke.
I know.
Bader really took this Eric Solomon. Oh man. Okay.
I think he was laughing at it. Like debate Earth only being 6,000 years old. Because how are you going to
come with this? She come with this.
Oh, this is the second one, y'all.
Go ahead. Read that.
She might have a girl crush. I don't do that, Naphtali. No. Highlight boy. I'm really making some waves. I've been called bees and dumb ass by the pseudo killers.
Never did that.
I sure didn't do that. So she's
I
lying.
Never
y'all.
Disrespect you like that.
By the pseudo killers and Tariq Gas. And then I have this woman, Jolanda Zachary, who I've never heard of, tell me I'm clout chasing because I don't take no mess from anybody that's attacking me. Oh my God, she's funny. She sounds like a white girl. That's how white girls do. They attack you and then they play the victim. Now again, I have not attacked anyone. Personally, I only go after your doctrine. Now, what we could debate, young lady, is not intelligence versus intelligent design.
Crazy.
I don't have to get personal. I just get the facts. These people are very sensitive about their doctrine.
So let's bring out the complete nonsense. First of all, science is not a doctrine. Like, if you can't get past that barrier, you're in trouble. I'm gonna say this again for those all the way in the back on the yellow bus with your seatbelt on. You're scared you're gonna fall off and hit your head. It's not doctrine. What your practice is doctrine. Charles Darwin, Negro. I don't know what all that stuff it is. Reuben, look, the 12 tribe. Look, like, what is that? Right? I don't know what that is. But I'm sorry that you're going through hell for this. I think it's time for money debate. That's like wages. Is you just, hey, Mike Carter, you just trying to holler at us something? Yo, you ain't doing that. You step up, Mike. Hit that link too, Mike. Look at that. Who is that? They're not going to accept the challenge yet.
Wait,
What?
pause.
My beard on
Who
it
the
again.
heck? King Mike. Who
Go
the
ahead, read
heck
that.
is you talking about?
In the
Who
mic,
is
in the
you
thing. We
talking
about
about,
to
King Mike?
stay on this though. Stay on this, Juju. Where you
Go
at?
ahead.
Don't worry about Mike. Who is Mike?
Nobody, because he
Okay,
obviously
leave
don't know
Mike alone.
what he's talking about.
Don't worry about it, Mike. Make sure you step up in the chat. Step with that link. I can't even read that.
Exactly.
Who? Can you read that? Go ahead,
What?
Juju. I'm not.
Shalom.
Right here, next. Who?
Shalom. Alum
So
will
what the
judge
hell is that?
those false teachers of their wickedness. Them camps got it bad. Shalom Aburaka. Huh? So is you Muslim Hebrew? Because
I don't know.
wow. Y'all making it up now. Y'all just making that up now. Girl, you know me. I said, girl, you know me, because she said she ain't know me, y'all. So does everyone else. We can debate evolution since you want to act brand new. Yeah, I've been trying to get a debate when the past. I mean, excuse me. Jesus,
Same,
I told you
man.
not to do that. Naphtali
You told me not to do it.
Yeah. Last year. Because, you know, they'll jump out the window on that.
Can you see my comments?
She's been playing ever since, so.
What's her comments? What does that say? Girl, that's you. What she say? Oh, we can't see her comment. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'll stop talking because she playing. I don't got time to play. Well, but my pictures are cute, so maybe that's what it is. She hating. I don't know. Because I ain't never said nothing to her. You can't find nothing on my page nowhere me ever mentioning Naphtali Israel.
Yeah,
ever.
we don't. Yeah, we ain't gonna disrespect. We don't got to. We got we got the high altitude bombers.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
So she not
here
on
you go
my
again with the equation. How would you explain this? A rock?
I told you that's her skull plus
water
what's
clouds
inside of her skull plus the 6,000 years she claimed is the universe.
Okay, that you can't make sense of this simple equation.
Nonsense.
It's but what should you expect from a bunch of primates? Look at
While
this,
she's
man.
a primate.
That's good artwork right there, though. I'm gonna give you an E for effort with that.
Yeah, she be doing it.
What? The stupidest religion. Look. You're right, though. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Man, Shorty. Stop projecting.
So she's implying that we have no morale because we see no evil.
She said that? What she said?
No. I feel like when you say that, you know.
Delusional lady Naphtali deflect like hell. Okay, who is this? Oh, he changes. Oh, he changes.
Yeah, he just changed it. Evidence. Yeah, this would be like the first time she did us, and I don't know. I forgot why.
She did it before.
He'd been eating her up, and she just decided to tag me along because it was funny.
Okay, so let's get into our class now. That's interesting. So
Dr. Cologne and Bobby Banger have a cordial relationship. So if you have any issues with Dr. Cologne, you need to take that up with Dr. Cologne. We're not going to be the chat of divisiveness. If you think he's wrong, then you need to challenge him and set that scorch straight. So let's keep it cute. Let's keep it gentlemanlike in the chat, please, and thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, welcome to the program, Naphtali. Appreciate you coming through. What's on your mind, sis? Appreciate you allowing me to make you famous. What do you want to talk about?
Do I sound better now?
I just think we all need to just mute, Bobby.
All right, I'm mute.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Naphtali. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, guys. Shalom, Most High blessed to all of you. I'm Naphtali. Nice to introduce myself to you. What's your name, sis?
It's listed on the screen.
Okay.
Juju.
Hey, what's good? What's good, Chris? Long time no see.
All praise the most low God of mud.
Low God of mud. Okay. What's going on, Ankh?
I'm here. When I mute my mic, you start with some comment. So we you want to address that, Miss Lady? Evolution what?
You said when I talk, it's still doing it.
Well, let me see. Yeah, see how that's doing. I don't know why you got the most high hooked at that, yo. You make it double up on everything we say.
Do you have YouTube in the background?
No, it ain't even that. I don't think.
How about now?
You don't got the YouTube link on D. Yep, still doing it. But I'm
okay. I'm gonna leave and come back.
If I mute out, you can talk. All right. What's going on, Chris?
Oh man, you know I had to come on here to witness this, man. I want to say on my Saturday satire show, I was there because you got Juju up here, you know, you got Stu Peas up here, and you got the one and only God Killer up here. Christian, stay away from him. He been on demon time lately. On y'all doctrine. Vocab Malone said he got the one and true God. Emphatically.
It's crazy. Based off a word.
What's up, sis?
Chilling. I don't know why she claims she don't know who I am. That's weird.
Okay. That's okay. Don't worry about that.
That's weird.
Don't worry about it. We back on that. JD, JA, AD, what's up? Unmute yourself. Can't hear you.
Ja.
JA. Ja. They come back to life in a minute. All right.
AD says AD on your avatar.
It sure
only 6 people, and it ain't us. So you gotta talk up. Unmute, sir.
Yeah, you gotta unmute, man. Go ahead and unmute. All right, he don't want to talk. We don't put you down the bottom. All right, Naphtali. So, okay. My point is you can learn evolution and still pray to your most high God. In 2025, you should not stay marred in ignorance of said subject. Simple as that. We want to make sure we tight with our scientific information and let your religion be religion. Europeans do it all the time. So I don't know why it's such a hurdle for African Americans. Shouldn't be a hurdle for us to understand, to be scientifically literate in science, and then pray to whatever you want to pray to. 2 separate things right there. I think that's important. So I just want to make sure let me get them out of the studio. All right. What you switched up, Chris? What you doing? All right.
Yeah, I switched up. I want to be able to share sources over here when debating with Sister Naphtali.
Naphtali, go ahead, sis. Go ahead. Just wanted to make my point for you.
Do I sound better?
Well, I'm gonna mute out. Go ahead and talk.
Okay, I guess not. Okay.
Hey, Naphtali, all you have to do is turn YouTube off on your device.
I don't have anything else playing.
Okay.
It might be in the background.
I had it on my TV, but I turned my TV off. I'm on my cell phone, so I don't know why I'm doing that.
All right, go ahead. We're just gonna stay mute. You can talk. Go ahead. That way we ain't cut you off. Go ahead. What do you want to add to the discussion? We listening to you.
Okay. Well, see, my thing is that a lot of you are, well, not a lot of you. I actually I actually learned evolution. I was taught it during school. I studied it, and of course, I studied it as simultaneously as looking into the Bible. So I take it very. I love science. I don't have a problem with science. The thing is that believing in the Most High is also the same as science, genetics, Genesis. But I don't get what you guys make a big, laughter. It's like it's a joke when you talk about the creation story of the Bible, and that you say the God of the mud. Well, then how was life created according to your evolution? Because there wasn't anything, nothing was in existence. So you mean to tell me just came on its own? That's more believable than believing that some intelligent being designed it, than it just coming out of nowhere. You guys talk about the apes, you talk about all of those things, the fruit flies, all those things, but they've already been here. And then they've been manipulated by some form of intelligent being. You're talking about scientists. Okay, well, the scientists are the ones that manipulated. That is a being, that is a human. When did the primordial ooze take effect? Did the Big Bang Theory, did it just all of a sudden, just one day, it just decided to just explode? And then all this life just, it just started to rain on a pile of rocks? And then this ooze came, and then who struck it with lightning? Was it Thor? I'm just saying. I mean, that makes more sense. I'm a mute for you all can respond.
Juju, you want to respond to that?
Lord. Are you talking about science or busting a pimple? Because what the hell is ooze? Science doesn't talk about something from nothing. So like I just would have to, like, I don't know how to respond to that. I would just have to say, like, you would have to actually source up on where you're getting this from besides the Bible, so we can dissect that. Maybe it's an irrelevant source that you got this from. There's no something coming from nothing, though. That's fact. I don't know. I think I clocked out on the rest of it because you were talking about ooze, and I just kept thinking of zit. That's weird. Ugh. Sorry. Ugh. Yeah, but something, science doesn't say that something comes from nothing. You can go now. I'll keep it simple.
Well, let me add mine in there real quick. So I think I think at the base of what we talk about, evolution doesn't talk about the origin of life at all. So as you as a Hebrew, if you want to say God started that process, then you can, because scientists actually don't know where life came from. And evolutionary theory, that where life come from is not part of the theory. That's a fundamental mistake that most religious people make, Naphtali. So don't say that no more. It's two separate issues: where life came from, and I'm saying I don't know, and that's okay. But as far as evolution, we do know. We have a theory for it. We have a scientific theory that actually explains life after it gets to Earth. It explains the diversity of life. The question is, why is life on Earth so diverse but yet connected? And evolutionary theory explains that. Chris?
Yeah, Naphtali, a fundamental mistake that you made is when you sat here and you said that then if you're going to laugh at our sequence of events concerning the beginning of life or the creation of the earth, what is yours? That's a fundamental mistake in that most religious people use. The scientific method, you can, first of all, how can I say this? It might sound a little disrespectful, so forgive me.
Don't be
Begging,
disrespectful.
no, I'm not, but I'm
Okay.
trying to diffuse that. What I'm trying to sit up here and say is begging the question does not disprove science. There's a scientific method that you can use to prove science incorrect or correct, but begging the question and holding on to a bias does not disprove what has already been proven. If you want to challenge science, you can write a scientific paper and present it to a scientific journal and let them peer review it. But the begging of the question, because of your lack of understanding of evolution and abiogenesis, is not how you're going to get your results here. It's kind of juvenile the way you present your argument against evolution or the source of life on this planet.
All right.
Okay, I heard what you said, and the thing is, Chris, you say that science isn't a religion. Well, we don't have. I don't have a problem with science. The problem is your pseudoscience. The thing is, the reason why evolution is a religion is because it requires you to believe in it. You have to believe in it because you don't know. And when you don't know, that requires you to believe. And that's what a religion is. It requires us to believe because we have no way. We don't know yet. We don't have it. We don't have all the source documents, all the source material, but we can get it. We're waiting for it to come and waiting for, we're still doing the knowledge. We're still doing the work to find out the proof of, our designer. However, with you guys, like you said, Ankh, do you not believe in the primordial soup theory? Because here, so if you don't believe in the primordial soup theory, then how did it begin?
Show us the theory. What's the primordial theory?
What's the primordial soup theory?
Show us that. That's the scientific theory.
Can you Google that?
Because I ain't never heard of that. Primordial soup theory. Please teach me that.
Can you go ahead and Google that for us? The primordial soup theory.
It's not a theory. It's a pop.
No.
It is a theory. I'm looking at it. Go ahead and Google it. You don't have. You can Google it.
Can you see your screen?
I'm on my phone.
Here, is it okay if I answer that?
Go ahead.
All right. Naphtali, when you present an argument, you should be able to argue that same argument. And two, once again, it's your art. That's why I told you on your page, on the in the chat on Facebook, I said your logic is flawed. You're making an assumption that Ankh and Juju believe in the primordial soup theory without first asking them.
Correct. And I want to address that also. So you keep saying that, we believe, but what do you think that we're believing in? Because the fact of the matter is,
Juju. I don't think it's a pot. It's a hype. Here you go. There you go, Juju. You want to read it for?
The primordial soup is the foundation of evolution. So my thing is, I did ask. I said, what is your foundation? How was life created? How did life begin? I've asked that. So let me make
the source.
Hold on.
Primordial soup.
Yes.
No,
primordial soup.
Hold on. Let me get to it. Since you won't pull it up,
I'm on my phone. You told me that I said, should I get on?
I'm gonna help you.
Help yourself. You need to learn. Go ahead and help yourself.
Hypothetical set of conditions present on Earth around 3.7, 4 billion years ago is an aspect of the hetero. What is it? Hetero. You know this?
Thropic theory.
Right. I'm asking, do you know the heterotropic theory? Do you know what that is? Also known as the Opium highlight hypothesis. That is some deep geological stuff right there. Concerning the origin of life, first proposed in 1924 and in 1929. Do we have any current information concerning the primordial soup, Naphtali?
Yeah, that ain't the theory. It's not a theory.
Not at all.
I would like to add that.
She asked me a question. Allow me to hold on. The thing is that right here, it says the primordial soup is a theory that describes the early Earth's water bodies as rich in organic compounds. It's also known as the prebiotic soup. Okay, so look at the prebiotic soup. Hold on. There's
what's your source, Naphtali?
hold on. If you allow me to explain, it's called the prebiotic soup. Okay. So right here, when you look at it,
source, Naphtali, so we can pull it up. Everybody can see. Because you know, we used to pseudo on here, Abla being sources.
no,
So
the thing is this.
full
This
transparency.
is a foundation. Without this
Well,
foundation, you
your
have
source.
absolutely nothing. Go into the
Nah,
Merriam-Webster dictionary. Go into the Merriam-Webster dictionary. You can go there. It's just Google it and just look into it. The National Institute of Health. Look into the National Institute of Health, the NIH.
May I please?
Early life theories. Here's early life theories. The thing is this. When you look into, hold on, you have to go into the foundations, the creation. How did life begin? You can't just go straight to the ape. You have to go to how was the ape, how did life begin? How did this, right here, it says that it is the rich, the bodies of water is rich in organic compounds. It's known as a prebiotic soup. Okay, so with this prebiotic soup is actually where your cells, all these different organic compounds, where it came from. We have to think about how complex the body is. The body is very complex, right? In the genetic code. So where did that come from? Hold on, where did that come from? Can you put if the primordial soup theory is incorrect, then please tell. If it's incorrect, then tell me what is correct.
Sister, may I real quick?
It's not a theory.
Okay, if it's incorrect,
It's simple.
If it's incorrect, then tell me what is correct. Hold on. If it's incorrect,
You're not
then
gonna really talk at
debunk
the
it
same
with
time.
something else. Then debunk it with something else. What do you
Yes,
have?
I'm gonna debunk it
Hold
right
on,
now.
MVP. Hold on, Chris. We got it. We only can let one person talk at a time because it's echoing crazy. It's crazy. So make your point, and then we're gonna let Juju and then MVP go. Go ahead, Naphtali. Go ahead. Say what you're saying. You want us to do what? Oh, she ain't come off mute. So we repeatedly said over and over again, okay, that is not a scientific theory. You ain't reached that yet. And she's making a mistake in thinking that you would have to do that first. No, that's a Bible way of thinking. You know what you know. Simple as that. Like you don't have to know the origin of life, right? When you got life to deal with. You don't, so knowing the origin of life doesn't make you understand it or not. It doesn't. That doesn't stop the theory. The theory was developed based off of human beings circumnavigating the globe and looking at the diversity. That's how the theory was created over time. The Greeks talked about it. Al-Jahiz talked about it. And Charles Darwin, he figured out the mechanism. You never needed to know that. So that's a mistake you make. Yeah, you can't. That's not right. But go ahead, Chris or Juju.
Yeah, I'm gonna go real quick because I'm gonna be real quick, and there's something that Ankh always says over here, that a pseudo dies on his own source or her own source every time. So we're going to read the historical background here. It's found right here in the same source in which you presented, Naphtali, and this is why it says right here in historical background. It says the notion that living beings.
You want to share the screen? You want to share the screen? Or
yeah. Let me share that. Let me share that.
Ask for the source.
And once again, this has nothing to do with. I want to say this real quick. This has nothing to do with evolution, and nor anywhere in this source does it say that this is the origin of evolution. That's not true to begin with. All right. Okay. So let me read the historical. Source? Yes, this is the source. I want to go up just to show your audience here. Thank you guys for having me on here. Real quick.
I thought you was good. Okay, you're good.
Okay, so I'm going to read this, and this is the historical background of her primordial soup theory that she claimed is the origin of evolution, which is incorrect. It says, and this is just listen, Naphtali, real quick. The notion that living beings originated from inanimate materials comes from ancient Greeks. The theory known as spontaneous generation Aristotle in the 4th century BCE gave a proper explanation in writing. And this is what Aristotle says, and we're going to get to the experiment here. So with animals, some spring from the parent animals according to their kind, while as others grow spontaneously and not from kindred stock. And these instances of spontaneous generation come from putrefying each with vegetable matter, as in the case with a number of insects, while others are spontaneously generated in the inside of animals out of the secretions of several organs. This is in Aristotle on the History of Animals, book 5, part 1. Now, I want to read here, I'm going to go down and I want to read the experiment, because with science, there's a scientific method that is tested to prove this here. So here it is right here. It says the experiment of French chemist Louis Pasteur in 1859 is regarded as the death blow to spontaneous generation. That's what the primordial soup theory is all about, spontaneous generation. He experimentally showed that the organisms cannot grow in sterilized water unless it's exposed to air. The experiment won him the Ankh Prize in 1862 from the French Academy of Sciences, and he concluded, quote, "Never will the doctrine of spontaneous generation recover from the mortal blow of this simple experiment." So you did not read this. You grabbed this and you assumed that Ankh, Juju, and myself believed in the primordial soup theory, which was already disproven. And that's why when Juju was asking you, what is primordial soup, what is it about, you got very defensive and you started kicking the can, talking about some Webster's dictionary. So that's why I said your logic is flawed right now. So I want to give it back to Juju and Ankh. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so science doesn't even talk about primordial soup. It doesn't talk something from nothing. It doesn't speak missing link. So when you understand science, you understand the language that it uses. So you wouldn't hear these things in a scientific conversation. Science is not going to deal with things that are unvalidated at all. That is not validated at all. So, like, yeah, I would have got off that hill. That's not the hill to die on. Die on something else.
And this is all based on Aristotle's work.
Right.
It has nothing to do with evolution. And this is a 4th century BCE theory that was disproven by modern science.
Low-key philosophy at that.
Yeah.
Low-key philosophy at that. Don't bring that to the scientific conversation and try to beat us with it. It's not going to work out well for you, Naphtali. Trying to help you. So rip that page out your game book. Doesn't work.
Ankh, doesn't evolution come from natural selection? Isn't the origin of evolution natural selection? Am I correct?
Natural selection is the mechanism that explains it.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I just want to get in because the first thing Chris has said, which I don't appreciate, is the fact that I'm saying that the primordial soup is about evolution, like it's the proof, it's the like you all supposed to believe in it, like it's 100% true with evolution. This is what you all's foundation is. Don't sit up here and say it like I'm the one that's claiming that. You all have to prove what your foundation is. If it's not the primordial ooze, then what is it? I'm not saying that this is the end all be all. You all need to tell me how did life originate? Where did it come from? Where did these molecules, where did these organic molecules come from? Where did they spawn from?
Science, you know what science says?
What does it say? What's the theory? What is the theory?
It doesn't know.
Does not know.
Doesn't have
Exactly. So what you have to do is go based off. Hold on. What you have to, like you just said, you don't know. So everybody out there that's listening, you don't know. So what you have to do is you have to go with what they are saying. They're saying that it's the prebiotic soup or it's panspermia. Hold on. It's either the prebiotic soup theory or it's panspermia. Because the thing is, how else, if you don't know, you really need to know, because this is very important. You guys are walking around here teaching people that you are apes and monkeys. Well, then how did these apes and monkeys get here? Where did the genetic molecules, where did the genetic organic compounds come from? You hear me, but you need to be able to.
So can I answer? Jump in. Everybody stop. Naphtali.
Come on, I got this.
No, all right, go ahead, yo.
So amino acids lipids, carbohydrates, and proteins. The 4 building blocks of life are all contained in stars. So those 4 components seeded the earth from stars. Now, how those combinations happen to come together is chemistry and physics.
But how? Okay.
Hey, the rest of it.
Hold on, Savior.
I'm a slow walker and I'm gonna give her the basics. If she want to go further, this is on her. How they became organisms is on her to figure out, because I'm not her teacher.
Let me say this. I don't want to conflict the two.
Well, the problem is this is your belief. So for the people out there in the back, and it is abiogenesis, by the way, the theory that life originated from non-living life. Life originated from non-life. If you guys want to get up here and believe that life came from something that wasn't alive, then you really need to think about what you're out here teaching people.
She's triggered.
No, Sabian, don't do it. Don't do it.
Said the origin.
Let's stay coherent. Let's be coherent in what we're talking about here. You keep mixing up evolution with the origin of life. Exactly. That's 2 separate things. No matter what you say, I know in your mind you thinking Genesis, the Garden of Eden, and all that. I'm saying you gotta knock that off. You can't keep doing that.
People.
No, you cannot. Come on, yo. Let me finish, yo. You can't do that. You gotta relax. Come on, Savior. I'm just saying, Naphtali, we're arguing 2 different things here. Okay? Savior made a great point. I want to let you know that they know the components to life, though. I want you to know this. And it's called the elementary, it's called the chemical element chart. I'm gonna say this again. It's called the chemical element chart. So life is actually chemical, right? They just don't know the recipe, but they know the different elements that go into life. They don't know how to configure it. They haven't figured it out. So it's not like they're ignorant to it. So life is actually chemical. Now, the evolution thing is a separate thing. You keep wanting to put it together. I get it. But in this conversation, science does not allow you to put it together because you do not need to know the origin of life. I just told you maybe Yahweh started the origin of life. But once it get and said poof and threw it down here. But once it get down here, we have a scientific explanation for it. That's what I keep trying to tell you. The theory of evolution does not explain or contain the origin of life. That's 2 different things. So we can teach evolution all day long and not know how life originated. You can say the aliens did it. You can say Yahweh. The Muslims can say Allah. The Hindus can say whatever they want to say. I'm telling you that. The voodoo, ancient tribes can say whatever they want to say. I'm just telling you that. So once again, for the listening audience, scientists understand that life is chemical. Why? Because we're contained in our body of the elements, and the elements are chemical. Life is actually chemical. It's a chemical reaction. Simple as that. Okay? And for the record, you do not have to know how life started to have the theory of evolution. And this is my source right here, Juju. This is our favorite source. I'm going to show our favorite source. No. All right, this is our favorite source right here. Big up the Whisper comment. Who put this great source and actually couldn't read it. All right, it's right here. It says what? This is the source.
We're going to stick with just whatchamacallit. No.
Evolution is a fact in the theory. Okay, go ahead.
Scientific understanding requires both fact and theories that can explain those facts in a coherent manner. Evolution in this context is both a fact and a theory. It is an
Can I ask a question?
No, God, Lee.
Come on.
Really?
I know. It's for the
No,
slow
you got to
people.
go in the back.
So,
You don't go in the back right now. I
Yeah, you
ain't
gotta
got
come on.
patience for it.
Come on, go ahead.
Don't
ahead,
interrupt me again. It is both the fact and theory. It is an incontrovertible fact. Incontrovertible fact. The organisms have changed or evolved during the history of life on Earth, and biologists have identified and investigated mechanisms that can explain these patterns of changes. We understand evolution. We understand evolution. We understand exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's simple. We don't gotta argue that though.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
can I ask my question now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So are you guys saying that scientific theories explain the facts that we accept of science?
Yeah, scientific theories organizes the facts.
Yes. This is
I would
organized
agree with that.
explanation of facts.
Mm-hmm.
There's many ways you can say that, but it's a
It's,
set of facts, set of organized facts. Excuse me.
Theories organize facts.
Yeah.
one of the things I like to do is listen to people's arguments, especially when I'm on platforms like this. And Queen Naphtali said something again when she brought up, because she's kicking the can a little bit here. Once we disprove primordial soup, brought to you by Ragu and Chef
Right.
Boyardee,
Or
she goes
Cleric,
to
'cause he's giving soup.
She'll keep trying to kick it down the
She'll-
road.
Ooh,
Exactly,
right. So,
Chris.
so what she's gonna do now? She talks about panspermia. Okay, so what I want to do is ask the pseudo killers. May I present a screen share right quick? Okay, because it
Yeah,
gets
go ahead. I'm not playing
so
these.
what I did was I pulled up panspermia and I did a quick read on this because haven't heard any of these things as it pertains to evolution. All right, so
I have. White people talk about panspermia all the time. That's why y'all need to watch Matt Dillon.
Oh,
okay. Ain't doing too much. You was talking about. Go ahead. Jesus Christ. Put him in the back. Chill out. Man, the fowler gonna shoot him. To save you, bro. Put yourself in the come on.
All right, so panspermia, once again, is some ancient Greek. It comes from ancient Greek, meaning all. We know pan means all, sperma means seed, and it's a hypothesis that life exists throughout the universe, distributed by space, dust, meteoroids, asteroids, and comets. Okay, so we're gonna go down here because I was doing a quick read, and you always go to the history when the pseudo presents their argument. Now, I just want to read something here because this is where she daggers herself. In the 18 all right, you got to do is read this.
Keep going. Go ahead.
All right, so it says in the 1860s, there were 3 scientific developments that began to bring the focus of the scientific community to the problem of the origin of life. Firstly, the Kant-Laplace nebular theory of solar system and planetary formation was gaining favor and implied that when the Earth first formed, the surface conditions would have been inhospitable to life as we know it. This meant that life could not have evolved. Wait a minute, we got this word evolved here. All right, we got a problem.
Not
created,
all right?
Not created, evolved.
Right.
Evolved parallel with Earth and must have evolved. The source you sent us agrees with evolution, Naphtali. You died at your own source.
That's suggested by Darwin's theory of evolution.
So let's keep going.
Read that again. That's a run that back. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's source he provided.
Okay.
So the source he provided agrees with evolution. Crazy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I said it's gonna sound disrespectful, but your logic is flawed. It says, firstly, the Kant-Laplace nebular theory of the solar system and planetary formation was gaining favor and implied that when the Earth first formed, the surface conditions would have been inhospitable to life as we know it. This meant that life could not have evolved parallel with the Earth, and must have evolved at a later date. But let's continue because there's more. Without biological precursors. Secondly, Charles Darwin's famous theory of evolution implied some elusive origin, because in order for something to evolve, it must start somewhere. Period. In his Origin of Species, Darwin was unable or unwilling to touch on this issue. Third and finally, Louis Pasteur and John Tyndall experimentally disproved the now superseded theory of spontaneous generation, which suggested that life was constantly evolving from non-living matter and did not have a common ancestor, as suggested by Darwin's theory of evolution. So this once again agrees with science and evolution. Now, when you're dealing with science, Naphtali, you got to understand they're going to experiment. They're going to create new hypotheses to prove themselves wrong. That's what the scientific scientific method is all about.
Falsifiability.
There you go. And that's why your logic is flawed. I don't think you understand the scientific method. And please don't put words in my mouth, because I like to read before I get embarrass myself like that. So
And I think,
always read your source.
and I think that last point that you made is a great point, Chris, because I think a lot of religious people think science is trying to prove itself right, and science is actually looking to prove itself wrong.
Yeah.
Great
So
point.
there you go, sis.
I have that, Bobby.
You got that? All right.
Yeah, I do.
So I think that's important. Yeah, Naphtali, you can't keep saying we don't understand the origin of life, thus we can't understand evolution. So there's the real thing is
two different mechanisms, two different things.
It's two different things, man. Just two different. So scientists do not need to understand the origin of life to develop and support the theory of evolution. Theory of evolution explains the diversity of life and the
That's
processes by which the species change over time through mechanisms such as natural selection, as Charles Darwin, and genetic drift. So I just wanted to let you know, Naphtali, it does not address how life initially originated. All right. So while understanding the origin of life is significant scientific endeavor, okay, it is not the prerequisite.
Can I speak now? Is it time?
Hold on. Let me make my point. Hold on. Mute out. All right. It is not the prerequisite for formulating or validating the theory of evolution. So I'm not going to keep going back over that again. You would have to bring a source that says the only way you can understand evolution is through understanding the origin of life. So if you want to speak on that, then bring a source that says that the only way to understand evolution is through the origin of life. All right. So we don't want to keep going back and forth. Go ahead, Naphtali. I'm gonna mute out. Apollo Bay, you can just hit the link though.
Thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to come on here tonight. This is actually a great conversation. I'm actually having a really great time. And Chris, you just don't know how much you actually proved my point more than what you really think. Okay. And let me explain how that's possible. So what you said was the earth was not inhabitable to even withhold life. You have to think about that. You have to think about what you're saying here. What I'm talking about is the origin of life. That's very important, because before we get to the apes and before we get to the monkeys and all that good stuff, we have to know, where did these organic compounds come from? Where did the molecules come from? I don't have to agree. I don't agree with this. What you're saying, Chris, I agree with you. But you have to understand that this is what your science is teaching. See, right here, in The Origin of Life, which was published in 1924, right? It says that O'Parent speculated that life has emerged through random processes in a biochemical soup that once existed in the oceans. Now it says, according to that theory, it says spontaneous or origination of life requires the presence of correct mix of chemicals and free energy. So right here is letting us know that you have to have the correct mix of chemicals and free energy for all of this to happen. And what you guys are teaching your audience here is that non-living matter, which refers to anything that was never alive. You guys are saying that non-living matter created living matter. How is that plausible? How is that possible? And that's what your theory is teaching. Okay? Your theory is teaching that these organic molecules necessary for life, remember that, had been created in the atmosphere of early Earth by such forces as lightning, electric discharges from the sun, wind, ultraviolet light, and meteorites. They say these molecules rained from the atmosphere into the primitive oceans, where the free energy necessary for life organizations were supplied by deep sea hydrothermal vents, hot springs, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Over the decades after, so right there, they just told you how life was created. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, then you need to rethink what you believe in. Because this requires you to believe in it, which is also a religion. Okay? Because religion makes you have to believe it because you cannot prove it. So what you guys are doing right now is showcasing how you don't understand your own belief system. So my thing is that, hold on. You said, why do I keep repeating myself? No, I'm not repeating anything. This has not been answered. This has not been answered. Please debunk me right now. Tell me, Naphtali, we do have that. We do understand how life came from non-life. We do understand that meteorites rained down on rocks and all of a sudden organic compounds, very sophisticated organic compounds spawned and then started to create fish. And then all of a sudden these fish, this is your belief, honey. Exactly what? It sounds crazy, doesn't it? Here, read it. Go into it.
First off, you need to slow down.
I'm taking my time. If you need me to, hold on. If you need me, please. If you need me to slow down, I will. Juju, I've been very quiet. I've been very peaceful with you guys. I've been very patient. Let me say this to you, okay? The thing is, this is the theories. You have panspermia, and you also have the prebiotic soup theory. Also, there is the abiogenesis theory. So my thing is, you have these three theories. Now, these are all theories. Are they true? No. But this is what they're coming up with to try to understand where your apes and your monkeys came from. We're not even talking about getting to the fact that this ape turned into you. We're trying to get into the point where we're trying to understand where these molecules, these rocks that it rained on, where did these organic compounds came from? Where did these organic molecules spawn from? That's what we need to understand, is where these organic compounds, and these organic compounds are very complex. We understand that. We know that one atom, one gene, and we know that one atom, one molecule right there has so much DNA and so much, what is it called? Intelligence within it, in the design within this, right? So you guys are saying that non-living came from living. You have to think about that. And thank you.
We've never once talked about any type of non-living.
I'm sorry, non-living created living. Excuse me, you're saying that non-living. You're saying that non-living created living. Excuse me. I do apologize for that. Non-living created living.
All right, go ahead. You mute out Naphtali. Go ahead, Juju.
Not once did we ever make that claim or even discuss non-living created living. If you want to get into abiogenesis, we can, but you probably messed that up. Secondly, you cannot come on this panel with a book from 1924 talking about that's what we believe. That's what you're not going to do. So science works in the way, if it doesn't have evidence for something, it doesn't recognize that thing. So the things that we recognize, particularly pseudo killers, are things we have evidence for. And I have to ask you, what type of theory are you talking about?
Oh, don't answer a question.
You talking about a nomenclature theory, like a regular theory? Because we're talking about scientific theory, and we've told you 1,000 times none of that stuff you're talking about has any relevance as far as a scientific theory. So if you want to talk about science, you have to keep it in the lines and nomenclature of science, and you have not been doing that. And next time, bring me a source that's earlier than 1924. That's what you're not going to do. Pick the 1924 source to come up here and badger us with this ill-informed rhetoric is wild to me. So that's what you're not going to do. We deal with things that we can prove. Science, that's when we talk about science, when pseudo killers are talking about science, it's things we have evidence for, not things we don't know anything about. If we don't have the answer to it, we don't know. Scientists will always tell you, if you ask them a question, very good scientist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he would say he does not know. We do not have the answer for that. And if that does not satisfy you, then we simply can't help you. Then you go figure that out, because that is the answer. What we don't know is what we don't know. What we have the answers for, the facts, the evidence for, is what we teach and what we go by. That's how we build foundation. The foundation of scientific inquiry is built on what we know. That's why we have all this technology based on science and technology that we know we have the answer for, Naphtali.
So you got the source, right, Juju?
Yeah, I do.
So I want to make this point, so we don't got to go back and forth, and you probably go back to your community and run around with this. That's fine.
Gods that men build. See a sphinx from the ink my pen spilled. Auric fills, links with the Torah and 4 of the seals. Then 3 more revealed. That makes 7 the heavens. Broke open with omens. Peasants begging the savages. Chariots, horses and wheels. Over corpses left in the hills. Is in Lil Shaitan, the serpent administrator of Israel. Was Enkidu the one with the fruit that spoke in Hebrew? Or was he Jesus too? Trees in the garden was 2. Was the oldest teacher Sophia? Ishtar, Easter, reminisce, the feminine, the stars over Giza, the power of the ether, Tiamat, the rulers with the G on top, the woman has a G-spot, the skeleton key unlocks. Who spoke to Moses as the burning bush? Mistaken as a pharaoh, so that confirmed his looks. The beginning of these pharaohs, a lot concerning Cush. Who's this person in the book? His brothers was Mizraim, Canaan, and Put. Mizraim became the land of black soot, or bitterman. Became Kemet throughout millenniums. Gideons to the Bosnians, tribe Bobs and Indians. From the Americans, our true heritage, like Chief with the Seraphims. Concerning Canaan, Naphtali explaining, just like the X-File in training, a death trial and arraignment. When they buried the Nazarene, after 3 days, he rose and exposed himself to Mary Magdalene.